Hello and welcome to a new episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. In today's episode, we're going to be fixing up this car, which seems to not have a door. Does it even start? I completely forget. I think it might have, but I don't know. Let's hear it.
One eternity later.
Oh, okay. It did start. Well, the first question is oh, well, the first obvious thing that we can see is, oh god, that it is rusted to crap. Now what needs to happen is we need to fill it up with oil, because it probably has none. I'm not going to check the dipstick, because usually these cars have none. Just like the other car. It's been sitting for so long, it just has no oil. No, workshop maps, we're going to be checking that out. Maybe this episode, probably not, next episode. Okay, can't even hear the engine. Oh god. This used to probably be a sports car. I'm flooring it right now.
Come on, where's the power?
I am actually flooring
Power.
it.
Give me power, give me.
No tricks, I am flooring it.
Give me power, give me power.
Okay, now that's amazing. Because there's no other way that you can control this game than with mouse and keyboard. Okay. This is... Oh,
Going in with big speed here.
it looks like once we get into the higher RPMs, it actually starts to take off a little bit. Yeah, look at it, it's starting to go.
This is the really fast bit.
But taking off, this thing must have zero torque. We just heard wheels squealing. Wow. Wow. Okay, I have one of the most necessary tests ever. So this car, from factory, it made 127 pound-feet of torque. That's... Yeah. Well, considering the engine looks like this, I can only imagine how this is going to perform. Because we saw it had literally no torque. It couldn't take off for anything. Took quite a minute to start it up. Let's see this. No, this is obviously faked, the amount that it, floors. 88 Newton meters. So this car has 64 pound-feet of torque and 71 horsepower. That's just crazy and stupid. Hopefully, by the time we're done with this thing, it will be able to do, well, hopefully at least 300 horsepower. You would expect to see this car and have like 300 from factory, not like 0. If a normal person sees this car, they're gonna think, oh, it looks fast, it must be fast. But nope, they see it and it goes 0 to 60 and, well, does it even do 60? I bet combined with that, the fuel economy is horrible, even though it only makes 100 horsepower. And keep in mind, there are 4-cylinder cars today, mind you, with turbochargers. Let's just take example Ford Fusion. That can make over 240 horsepower. And then you have the Ford Fusion Sport, which I think makes like 300 horsepower from the V6 with a turbo. But still, it's amazing what cars can do today because they can make so much horsepower from just a small little engine. It's the same way with in the Ford Mustang, the 4-cylinder, which you gotta hate because it's an American car with a 4-cylinder, so you can't like it. If you like it, you are European and you actually care about fuel economy. But even that thing with 4 cylinders and 1 turbo, not twin turbo, 1 turbo, can make like 300 horsepower. It's because they have a twin scroll turbo, which acts as 2 turbos, but it's only 1 turbo. So you don't get nearly as much lag with a lot of power. Like about 160 horsepower less than a V8. But so the V8 is always going to be better in anything except for fuel economy. But nowadays cars have piston deactivation, so they can easily just say, yep, I want to turn off. So as I finish this, we can just do a time lapse. And here's the last two. The first thing you notice about this car is that it's rusted so hard. No, why are you taking that wrong? No, but anyway, it's rusted so bad. But I mean, it's like everything's just bolted on, and this car would be super easy to fix compared to a modern car. A modern car, you'd have to have computers, and it's just so much more complicated. If I sound boring, it's because, well, it's the middle of the day. It's not like at night when I'm completely screwing up every single word I say. Oil filter, take that thing out. Starter, drive shaft. Well, we couldn't get the starter out because it... Well, basically, it's unlike every other car. Oh god. And it has an inline 4 gearbox. Well, we're definitely going to be needing to get a custom gearbox for this thing because I don't want to just have, like, a little inline 4 gearbox. But anyway, take off all of this exhaust crap because it's probably completely, oh, bad. I'm going to be putting, just like in every car, fully mounted exhaust. And but I forgot about it. Just making the oil just fall out without even really knowing. Wait, with the oil making a mess. Yeah. Once again, you see this in pretty much every episode, so now you've seen this much, we can just skip to when we finished. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna put this back on the ground so that we can just... Oh god, there's... Every time I see those wheels, I just get distracted because of how ugly they are. Like this, you drive out on the highway for more than 2.5 feet, and then your tire bursts because of how dry rotted it is. Seriously, get your crap fixed. This is so bad. Well, I mean, you can't really blame the company that made this car because it is sort of old and it's sat in for a barn for like ever. It's actually amazing that it started up. And it started up without ignition wires. That's the game being... That's Car Mechanic Simulator logic, right there. If it's a Car Mechanic Simulator, it should be at least realistic for where it starts. This engine, probably if you tried to run it, would not last very long. Like, you'd run it, and then, because it's so bad and beat up, the rust would just destroy the engine, basically. Because even the engine block is rusted, and the inside of the engine is rusted. Don't even ask me how the inside of an engine rusts, because I don't know. Wait, well, maybe it was flooded. Yeah, maybe the engine was flooded. Maybe that's why it did that. Yeah, that was probably why. Just so you know, I'm joking there. I'm just pointing out game logic right now. But now that we've taken all this stuff, I'm gonna go buy all the parts, and then I'll be right back. Oh god, this computer's like...
Dinosaur ages.
Probably has some AMD processor. Well, no, actually, it's just... I'm not saying anything about AMD because I do like the processors. It's just this computer's crap. Okay, I've got another person. Now it's time to fix this thingy up. Oh god, we were just inside the wheel for a moment. Now let's start assembling this exhaust on. So we got this middle muffler, and then we also got that front exhaust section. Then we got the rear muffler. There's no catalytic converter, so you know what that means? It's gonna be much louder than a normal car would be, hopefully, because even my Hellcat, if we look under it, this thing is made for speed, has 2 catalytic converters. And this thing, no catalytic converter, no catalytic converter, catalytic converter. Even though this makes literally no power. Now it's time to work on the engine. Obviously, the first thing you want to do when working on an engine is put it in the engine block. Blah blah blah, super obvious. Brake servo. It was like a Ford car a while ago, I forget what it was, but the servo on it was basically, it was way too strong. So every time you went towards the brakes, the wheels would just lock up. And then Ford fixed it by removing the servo altogether, so then you basically had no brakes. So you went from having too much braking to almost having no brakes. Yep. Ford also made the Pinto, which wasn't exactly the best car ever. Yeah, so the fuel tank was right above the axle, and what that meant was that in a crash, if the rear axle went up, it would have punctured the fuel tank and could have started a fire and, explosion. And it did. Many times, and the Ford Pinto is now known as being a very deadly car. Oh yeah, here's our custom gearbox. So I wasn't going to settle with just some little normal gearbox, and that's probably like the computer thing on the gearbox. Really doesn't matter too much. The only thing that this will matter is really like drivetrain losses, but I don't know if the game actually simulates that, so we're just going to wing it and say that it doesn't. Best plan ever in 2018. Wing it. No clue what I was talking about before, but I just got the hard drive delivered, so yeah. Apparently looked like no editing went into that, or maybe it did. I don't know. But yeah, so that I can keep making videos. Now we just need to assemble the pistons onto the crankshaft. But wait, we're going to be using performance pistons. So they're down here somewhere, there they are. I'm not putting new piston rings in because I really don't see the point. I have so many pistons, but like the performance pistons are just so far back. It's annoying. I have to just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and then they are. Got 6 pistons, so that means that we'll get about 6% more power. Which actually doesn't seem like that much, considering that these are the pistons. These are what drive the engine, and if you get the performance model... Oh, okay, oh crap. I don't care, just one piston that's crap and all the others fine, and yeah, that'll totally work out just perfectly. Engine head inline 6. Ooh. Get as much performance parts as I could for this, because I want to. Yeah. Crankshaft. No, wait, these are the camshaft, not crankshaft. Crankshaft's all the way at the bottom of the engine. So this and the other one will give us about 1.3% more power. Yes, I know, I'm doing math. Who wants to do math, right? Who wants to do math when they're out of school? Especially on the weekends. Holy crap. These carburetors, which is what injects the fuel into the engine, is giving me 7% more power each. Wow. Well, to be honest, old carburetors were sort of crap. So if you got, like, you know, carburetors weren't the best. So, like, I can imagine if you got ones that worked really well, that they would give you a really good performance impact. Well, this car should. So that's like 21% more power just from that. Wow, I'm so good at math, right? Now let's put on all the camshafts, which it's boring. You don't want to see that. Okay, now for the spark plugs. Spark. That was weird. My Amazon Echo thought I said Alexa, and I just said Alexa. Wait, where are all my performance spark plugs at? I don't know. Maybe they're just farther down, like literally every other performance part I have. It's always 15 million places down the list. Yep, they're all they. They're all they? They all are. My English sucks. Even though I'm American, not English. Best joke, 2018. I'm so good at making jokes. You just know it. And we got the timing chain right here. Timing. Country boy. For a second, when that was being put on, I could have swore I saw the timing chain being like just phasing through the timing cover. Okay. That was sort of weird. Might have just been me. Oh yeah, it was probably just me. I'm just going crazy over here. Wait a second. I don't want that. We want the performance one, which is right there. And now let's put it on the performance cap, which... How do you have a performance distributor cap? Just doesn't make sense. Come on, we need to get that other clip on right there. Now we need to work under the engine, which is, once again, sort of boring. It's not sort of, it just is boring. I'm using these clips because no one... Well, those caps, because no one's going to see them. It's not like it's going to affect anything. So I'll be right back once I'm done with this mess. That reflection though, oh god, you can just see how bad that pipe is. Like from this distance, the pipe looks completely, you know, good curved. But then if you zoom in on the pipe, it's not good at all. Like if you go out to here, you can still see how it's, But then you zoom in and you can really see, oh god, that pipe is horrible. But yeah, it actually does reflect what is, you know, there. Oh god, I'm inside of it. That wouldn't be good if you stuck your face inside of an exhaust pipe, would it? Okay, now that that's done, let's put on our oil pan. And now I just went inside of the lifter. Okay. Now we're going to... I keep clicking 1. Though, like, assemble a part, and then clicking 2 to like disassemble a part, because that's what you do in PC Building Simulator. But this isn't PC Building Simulator. It's Car Mechanic Simulator. It's not Car Building Simulator, it's Car Mechanic Simulator. Now we need to put oil in the engine, and that should be the last for this episode. And oil. Nice golden rain. No, I'm joking. Nice golden oil. There we go. Now let's listen to this thing purr. Ooh. Sounds better. That's definitely for sure. It is a little bit louder. But now, for the moment of truth. Is it going to be good on the dyno? Let's see about this. Oh yeah, it definitely is. Hey! Well, when you consider that everything I put in there was performance, well, at least it is the 200 horsepower now. So, hopefully you liked this episode, and goodbye.